everyone. It's day 9 of Vlogmas, December 9th. So yesterday's vlog was very short because I just didn't have a lot to film. We went to, I need to straighten up my phone here. We went to church and then we came home and had lunch and then we put up our Christmas lights and then it was dark. So it was very short, and that's okay because I'm not going to stress about those kind of things. Anyway, so today is a very rainy, gloomy, gray day here in Western Pennsylvania. And it is, I'm wondering if I'm catching something. I can't figure it out. I feel very tired. I have a headache. My nose and eyes are kind of burning, and I woke up this morning with a moist cough, which is really weird for me. So I'm feeling a little bit apprehensive about that, but it could be, maybe I am getting a cold virus, but also last night I had a very busy Sunday yesterday. I don't typically like to do so much like work type stuff. We like Sunday as a family relaxed type of a day, but we were having people come this morning at 8 a.m. to clean our ductwork, which hadn't been done since 2019. And so it was sorely overdue. And I kind of forgot that I wanted to do some things to clean up some of the Mitty fur. Mitty is our black dog, our bigger black dog. And so I was trying to suck up a lot of her fur, get it off of the curtain, because where her bed is in our bedroom, it's right next to one of the white curtain panels, and of course it just was covered with hair. So I was messing a lot with dust and fur. And the really sad thing is that at some point after getting Mitty, which she's 11 years old, she just turned 11 in November, but at some point after getting Mitty, we realized that 3 out of the 4 of us, so myself, my daughter, and then my son Ian, we realized that we were allergic to dogs. Lily and I, some of us had testing done, and then Ian, we figured it out from his symptoms. So at that point, it was actually rather long into the process of owning Mitty. It was probably even just maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, anyway. So we get our ductwork cleaned because of that. I mean, that's the main reason. It's also just really good to get the ductwork cleaned because we also have dust allergies. Anyway, they came this morning, so I was just like, I don't know. But they said it was pretty bad. Lots of dog hair and dander. So hopefully, because the 3 of us have been feeling our allergies have been very inflamed lately, and I've been having to take allergy medicine, which I typically only have to do for a little bit in the fall, but I've been having to take it. When I don't take it, I feel really tired and I have the burning eyes and the scratchy throat. So that's why I'm like, is this from messing around cleaning all of her fur up yesterday, or am I coming down with something? But I'm happy that the ductwork is all cleaned out now, so hopefully we all feel a little bit better. My husband, I don't know, he might be allergic to dogs too. Another thing is, I was a little bit stupid yesterday. I am also allergic to pine. I have pretty extensive allergies. Since I eliminated gluten 15 years ago, and I don't have dairy as well because I'm lactose intolerant, and I hardly ever have sugar, like refined sugar. But since doing those things, my allergies are pretty controlled, and then I try to avoid those allergens as much as possible. But I was stupid yesterday when we were putting the lights up. I was like tucking them down into these arborvitae bushes that we have on, you would have seen it yesterday. Anyway, I kept getting poked by little pine needles, like the little evergreen needles, and Brad's like, you need to put gloves on. I'm like, no, I'll be fine, you know. And sure enough, this morning I woke up and I have like little pinprick red spots, especially on this hand, which that makes sense because that's my right hand and that's the one I would have used the most. So it could be that my body was just overwhelmed by allergens. The dog fur, the dog dander, and the pine. I'm hoping that's all it is because, yeah, I really don't want to get sick. But I am going to, I think I'm going to allow myself to take a nap. I'm not a good daytime napper. I typically lay down and I cannot, unless I'm really sick or really, really tired, I typically can't relax enough to fall asleep. So I don't know if that'll happen, but I do know that would be good for me. So I'm going to try to do that. It's only like, it's not even noon yet. This morning I made, while the guys were here doing our duct work, I felt like I couldn't really relax because they were all through our house because we have vents in every single room in our house. So I just went into the kitchen, which was a pretty good area for me to be in, to be out of the way. And I made some soup with leftover venison roast. I baked a loaf of sourdough bread. So lunch is all done. It's ready to go. And I'm really happy about that. So I want to show you guys that I finished my Piper's Journey shawl. And I blocked, oh, it smells so good. I used the Euclid, I forget is it jasmine? Something jasmine wash. So I didn't super block the lace out. I just let it naturally block because what I did is I soaked this yesterday and then I hung it over my wooden drying rack because it's kind of long and I didn't feel like getting out my, what is that? I see something. Oh, that's where I added another skein. You can see this little bump. Oh, well, it's just a little bit thicker there. I didn't feel like getting my blocking mats out because I knew that they were going to be here this morning and I didn't know where to put them, that they would be out of the way. So I just soaked it and then I hung it over my drying rack and I think it's good. I mean, it's definitely, let's try it on. It's definitely longer than I wasn't sure how long it was going to be. So basically how I will wear it is more like a cowl because I will just kind of tie it here to wear with my coat. So something like that. But I love it. I will say that this yarn bled so much. The water that I soaked it in was very red and then I just kind of held it and squished it under running cold water to get out some of the other red that was just sitting on it. And it's definitely, I don't know, maybe it's in my head, but I feel like it's definitely less vibrant, less bright than it was before I blocked it, but that's probably just my head making that up. So it is done, which is perfect. It was a fast knit for me because I really enjoyed the process of it. I would definitely knit this pattern again. I know a lot of you have mentioned that you actually purchased it, so I hope you guys all enjoy knitting it as much as I have. And yeah, so that's it with that. I'm not going to show you my Woolens and Nosh Advent sock because I kind of went crazy and knitted a lot. I went way past, I just was having so much fun with all the stripes that I just kept going on both socks. So I'm not going to have any problem if I keep up the pace I'm going right now. I'm not going to have any problem finishing these by December 25th, but I don't want to show it because I don't want to ruin anyone's surprise. Although someone had mentioned on here that every sock advent starts with a different color. And so what mine looks like is not necessarily what yours is going to look like. So I don't know that it would even matter if I would show it to you, but I'm not going to, just in case. I don't want to ruin any surprises for anyone. So we'll just leave it at that. It's moving along at a fast pace. I'm working on my other sock that is a Christmas gift. It is, Yeah, I'm only like probably a half an inch from where I start my toe decreases. So that is going to be, I think that should be on schedule to be finished in time for gift giving. And then I need to cast on, I think I need to cast on one more pair of socks because I want to give someone else a pair of socks. And I think I'm going to do DK weight because I'm running out of time. And the DK weight will go a little bit faster. So I think that's my plan for that. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about this Winter Celebrations book that I think I showed this in my second day. I just as a kind of review, I put this on my Amazon wish list last December at some point because I really thought it looked like a good book. And then I didn't buy it until this. I think it went on special like for $14 on Black Friday. So I bought it then and I absolutely love it. I just figured I would show you guys what I want to make. So one day I would love to make one of these. This is like the Advent pocket calendar. And I don't know if this is like my dream making. I would want to make one of these for each of my kids to have for their children. If they would want one, I would not just make it and give it to them. I would check with them first. I don't want to cross any boundaries. I also love this embroidered tablecloth. I don't have a plain tablecloth right now, but I was like, that's such a great idea to have an embroidered tablecloth. Now, what I do want to make this December, if I don't run out of time, is this paper garland. I think this is so pretty. And it's just done by cutting out. She gives the template, and she gives templates in the back of the book, but you're just cutting out paper and folding it and hanging it on wire, like copper wire, so that you can adjust it and make it look however you want. So I definitely want to do that. Because I feel like that'd be simple. I have lots of scrapbook paper that I could use. And I don't know. I feel like that is a doable craft for me. There's other things in here that I would really, oh my gosh. Like, hold on, let me find it. This little patchwork pouch is so adorable. So I'm glad I have this because for next year I can get started earlier. I'm not going to have enough time to do all this. Like, that would be a great gift to make somebody. So yes, I like this book. It might not be for everyone. She really emphasizes using what you have and adjusting things so that you can use what you have. And I like that. I do have a pretty large craft supply. I'm sure there are other people that have way more than me, but in my opinion, I feel like I'm pretty well stocked, and that is because anytime I go to a thrift store, I'm always looking for craft supplies because I'm like, you never know when you might need this or that. And so I have things that I don't necessarily use often, but it's come in handy so many times to have it kind of tucked away in my cupboard, in one of my 2 craft cupboards. And yeah, it's just, that's been handy for me. So I will probably continue to do that. Anyway, I think that's all for the chatty portion, probably for today. I don't know. Maybe I'll be back later to talk, but probably not. I'm going to go check with my daughter. She just got home. I heard her come in, and I'm going to just try to rest. I'm going to try to be restful today. I have a lot to do. Monday's my big housework day, and I have a ton of laundry, and I got a little bit off schedule because they were here for 2 hours this morning, but I'm gonna try to just allow myself to rest, just in case what I'm feeling is actually a virus. I know rest is very important, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do today. Bye.